And welcome everyone into the Challenge Aftershow season 36. This episode was episode 2, Dive Another Day. Exciting stuff, great second episode. I'm Daniel Lindgren. I'm joined with Pam and Jenna. They're here for all the action, all the hot takes. We've got them all for you coming up right now. Ladies, how are you?
Super good. This was an awesome episode. Again, it started out a little slower, I think, than last week, but boy, did it pick up and so much went on. This show and this season is awesome.
Great season, great episode. I feel like it was very full, complete episode. So I guess now we know what a double agent is. It's really just kind of a title for a partnership, and you have the ability to get another agent, another partner in this game to be your double. Is that, I mean, that seems like what it is. And it's cool. I like it because there's so many other layers and twists and turns that there's enough there to keep you on your toes and interested, but it's not like it's sneaking. Well, you can sneak behind somebody's back because it looks like a lot of people want to get a different partner. So they're trying to maybe even make sure their partner gets into elimination so that they have the ability to get a new one. So I guess that's where like the cutthroat and the sneaky double agent part comes. But other than that, it doesn't seem like, you know, people are going to be playing on two teams necessarily.
Right.
I do like so far that Aneesa and Fessy won twice, and so the secret has been kept that the double agents, aka the winners, essentially know that how everybody truly voted, because everyone thinks their vote's secret. So I do like that they haven't exposed that yet. So the longer that can be kept a secret, I think the longer the double agents will have that power.
Yeah.
Although, don't you guys think that Aneesa kind of blew it at the end when she was like, there's a lot of things in this game that other people don't know about, before they threw Kyle into elimination? I was like, Aneesa, now everyone's going to be curious what you know that others don't. Like, what
and
goes on in that room?
I wonder if anyone really picked up on that, or any, because they know TJ's always has new tricks. So I'm not sure if anyone really, if they think she's just full of it or just saying stuff or whatever. I don't think she fully blew it. I think she's okay still.
I agree. I think if you know, then it sounds like she blew it. But if you didn't, it sounds like she said, you know, like hindsight, like we know. So it sounds like, well, you just gave it away.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do think a lot of it is like, you guys don't know, like Joseph, you volunteered yourself, you dum-dum. Like there's a lot you don't know. There's a lot of ways to interpret that. So
Yeah.
So
I don't
ladies,
know if
I'm going to agree with you 100%. A great full storyline this week. I love a good storyline, and I love a full, complete one. It feels like it rounded it off at the end. At the beginning of the show, we find out that Natalie's going to be loyal to Wes, and it seems to have worked so far. We thought, ooh, I don't know, but it seems to work. And now CT is what's called a rogue agent. And, you know, not to toot my own horn, but toot, I said that he was going to get partnered up with the next available female after the elimination last week, if you watch episode 1. So exactly what happened. I said what happened. I was like, finally, I got something right. So I was excited about that.
good job.
And, yeah, now
Toot.
and now CT could infiltrate any, you know, group, that any partners that he wanted to throughout this episode, to try to get someone that he actually wants to be his female partner. Yeah.
What do you guys think about Natalie choosing to stick with Wes?
Good
Great
move,
question.
I think.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I think she had an opportunity to make a really good decision for her own game, because the reason that she was even in elimination was because of Wes's ties and his alliance, you know, the past seasons that he's had and the tense.
But so was
he has with some people.
You know, it's like they're picking champs.
Yeah, and she
Only a
doesn't.
few.
How much does she know, guys? How much has she watched a lot of seasons of the challenge? I mean, people can tell her whatever they want, but she only knows, you know, what Wes might be telling in her ear. I think it's fine that she stayed with Wes. It's paid off so far this week. And let's be honest, Kyle's back. They've got Devin and Wes. That's a nice trio of people that want to work together now. So, I mean, but Pam, not so much, doesn't agree with that, but I like that group.
But it does seem like Wes is going to be the #1 target for a really big alliance in the house this season. And he just got really lucky this episode. The only reason he didn't go in was because Kyle was an idiot and he lied. And
we don't know though. There could have been a number of reasons. Who knows? They just said that they made that the producers made it obvious that that's the reason that Kyle went in, because he lied. I mean, there could have been other reasons. Who knows?
But typical Wessiness. He had a target on his back because he was a champ. And then now Fessy and Aneesa have flipped and they've decided hey, let's work with Wes. Forget this. Forget attacking him.
Mhm.
It was them that started the let's take out champions. Now Fessy and Anissa, Fessy super strong. Now aligning Kyle, all of them, and adding Fessy and Anissa to that. Wes, unless there's a fluke like the blindside elimination against or something, he tends to make it to a final. Like he can't always pull it through, but
Yeah.
that's certainly a good competitor. Again, we don't know how much Natalie knows the other guys. Like I don't know who I would even pick. If you were Natalie and you had to pick on the moment and the spot, who would you pick?
I would probably pick CT or Darrell or Nam.
Yeah,
but I guess
I'm
we don't really know.
Nam's got to be the sleeper. Nam has to be the sleeper. First of all, everyone loves him. All the girls love him. Lolo, Cam saying, Wes is even saying how hot he is. I mean, everyone's into this guy, and he seems so humble. It's great. I love Nam.
He has the likability factor. He has the muscle. He has the strength, obviously, and he's also an engineer. So he has brains too. So I mean, I think it's a personal opinion. So Natalie picked her guy. She is right for that. That is her goal. But I would probably pick Darrell, CT, or Nam if I was in her shoes. But I don't know.
If she keeps performing well, someone could jump in and then pick her as a partner in the next guy's elimination. So she might not even be stuck with him anyways. So who knows?
And while we're on the Natalie subject, she is just amazing. It's like she kicked ass last week, and also I love how she stepped up and she defended her partner, and she also said the right things back to Joseph, and she showed that she had intelligence and spark. So she's awesome.
I agree with you 1,000,000%. She wasn't just like, screw you. Screw you. Like, she was like, listen, you want to come in here and talk? Like, as a rookie, if you're going to come in there and talk a big game to these champs, A, be able to back it up. B, there's balls and there's just straight up ignorance. And it was like, nothing you're saying is going to win you any favor. So
he thought he was doing something. He thought he was really going to
and
spark it up.
It still would have been like, all right, but you're still dumb. Like, and especially this early on, you don't throw yourself in. Like, if you can stay longer and you're probably not going to win.
I don't know. I mean, like, I keep going back to the fact that there's only 10 gold skulls. I don't mind at all that Joseph wanted to go in, but all he had to say was, if I'd like to go in, if you guys want to vote for me, don't start calling out Wes and calling out people, whatever. Just be, if you guys, I would love to go in. I would love the opportunity to prove myself as a rookie. And you're done.
Even earlier than that, on the Joseph category, when him and Big T were talking, he's like, okay. Like, he's not confiding. He's like, you're believing these individuals. It's like, I'm sorry, who are you? Why do you think you've got everyone's number?
Out of all the people in the world that the challenge could find to put on this show, how did they get to Joseph? All they're trying to do is probably expand their brand with AGT, but pick another person on AGT. He was no good. Unfortunately, I was rooting for him going in, but he turned out to be he'll never be back on the challenge. He will never.
My relationship with Joseph this episode went all full circle. I was so annoyed by him, thought he was an absolute complete idiot, outspoken, wanted him to lose so badly. But by the time he left, he was just smiling ear to ear. He kind of took it for a TV show, he wasn't trying to necessarily be something he wasn't. When at the end of it, when he finally left, I was like, okay, he's laughing about it. He realized he lost. Also, he gave Kyle a really good fight, I think. I mean, he kind of CT Johnny Bananas backpacked him a little bit because Kyle could just lift him up and put him over the
he just held off.
Just held on. Right. It's like you held on like a koala bear.
Yeah. He just
but he gave like a good few tackles. Like he had a fight in him at the end.
He had a flip.
But but who loved the fact that he volunteered the most was obviously Nelson, because you could see Nelson getting a little bit shook in his confessional, like, damn, these rookies, I respect the hell out of him, because Nelson is here for the love of the game. So he was like, whoa, that's totally awesome, man.
Let's get into Ice Spy, which is the first challenge of the evening. They have to swim out. They've got to get an ice block. They got to bring the ice block back. They got to bang, bang, bang on that thing, get a kill thing out, and then put the kill thing in someone's home base. 3 kills, you're out. It looked like everyone was playing a scared game. That no one went after Anissa and Fessy. And my only thought was, look, when people are swimming away in the water, when they're way out in the water, just trying not to freeze to death, why not just sneak one in there when they're not even around? And like, if someone calls you out on it, be like, first of all, you're a tattletale. And second of all, just be like, I don't know what you're talking about, and be done with it. That's my thought.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Agreed. It's a little weird.
I thought this was a great challenge. It went quickly. I wonder if the boat wasn't as far as I originally thought it was going to be, because people seem to be getting these kills, these like items a lot quicker than I first expected. I think the freezing cold and swimming in that was not helpful at all. And that was what really is the difficult part of this challenge. But everybody just standing around, I mean, everyone was just sitting around with like their thumbs in their asses at one point. And it was like, the longer you delay, the worse that you're making it for the person that's going to be receiving the kill, the worse that like you look, and the worse you're making that relationship with that person. You know what I mean?
My whole thing is like, do they really think that if you go up to Fessy, hey Fessy, man, there's only a couple people left, I'm just gonna put one kill in your thing. You think Fessy's like really gonna be like, oh, you're mine for the rest of the time now? I don't think it should be that serious in that. Like, dude, there's only 4 teams left. I'm gonna put it in yours, Fessy. You don't have any yet. Relax, okay? Don't throw me in. It's gonna be all right. Like,
right, because it's like
serious.
You do have to think about where you're gonna put your kill, but if you're standing around for 10 minutes and then you decide to put it in whoever's poll, then that person's gonna hate you more. And other than if you just acted on instinct and realize this is a game, I have to work quickly. Let me just put this kill where it needs to go and have that confidence in yourself that you're right for putting your kill where it belongs, instead of just twiddling your thumbs looking around. You look like more of a jackass.
Yeah.
And you're
like,
gonna make that person even more mad at you.
If you were a female competitor in this one, in theory, you know it's a man's elimination or a guy's elimination. So if you put one in, is they really gonna be like, oh, I hate your partner now? Like, they can't do anything.
I mean, they could. It's not that they couldn't, but it's like at that point, so they all stood around. I think they either should have strategized and just said, let's all go for someone we're not that scared of, and done it, or
I mean, it wasn't all bad. They realized, hey, if Fessy and Anissa get it again, it's the same team every time, so we're not pissing off anybody new by giving someone else a win. They're like, oh, if Fessy and Anissa win again, no harm, no foul. So I see that, but like Devin said, it's a scared game. They played a scared game in that town.
Super scared game.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, of Devin, we have to talk about Nicole, who 100% did not know the ice floats. Like, she was like, no, I'm just kidding. At the end of that conversation, it's like, no, you were not kidding enough.
Well, I mean, like, later in the episode, Pam, Devin says that he can't understand his fit infant partner. Like, because I didn't know what she was saying half the time either. But.
No idea what she was saying when they had her going. It's like, I'm going to do up. No idea. I was like, how do you respond to that?
Devin
real life.
Well, Devin wants a new partner bad. He will switch quick if he gets an opportunity to.
Nicole needs real life subtitles. But I was thinking going into this challenge, if any girl doesn't like her partner, she should just sabotage her partnership. She should just sabotage the challenge.
Same with the guys, Jenna.
Yeah,
same with the guys. I know. So that's where the double agent part comes in, because if your partner doesn't like you, they can fake it to you all they want, but it's going to be in their performance. They have the capability to get rid of you as soon as they want.
Yeah.
That's very smart. I didn't even think about that. Wow.
But I thought, I get it. I guess that everybody has ties to Fessy. That's why they didn't go for him. But it was so annoying that it's the same team winning again as the previous episode. Like, you guys you just let the same team win without even giving him a single kill. That's either fear or hoping that you're going to ride his coattails the whole time, or extreme loyalty. But why doesn't he have the same loyalty back to you? Because everybody else had kills except for one team. They couldn't get one kill. That's just like, come on, guys, what are we doing here?
One of those things that becomes like almost a self-fulfilling, like as soon as someone has none, it's like, well, I don't want to be, it's a lot easier to put the third on someone that's on their way out. So however that shook out, I don't know if it's because of loyalty or what, because this is fully a game where you are letting someone win. I mean, literally it's picking who you're not going to attack.
Here's my
thing. I don't know, because I don't know how much loyalty Fessy has.
To Anissa,
people are scared of him, but
none. He doesn't care who his partner is because he thinks he's the biggest, baddest dude in the house. And he might be right. He might be right.
I was gonna say you might be right. I mean,
I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on Fessy, but I guess we can wait till we get to elimination.
Okay.
It has to do with elimination.
Oh, for sure. We got to. I mean,
okay.
So let's do nominations next. Nominations are next. Joseph calls out Wes. We kind of talked about that. I think he goes, hey, I think he went a little too far with that. He should have just said, put me in and been done with it. But here, I like what Wes says, as I usually do. He is telling the whole house to vote for Joseph. And that's a very smart move because he realizes that if Joseph gets put in, then he still has an opportunity to convince Fessy and Anissa to not vote him in. So it's a great move because he doesn't want the house to vote him in because then he's guaranteed to be in there.
Right.
And look, it did pay off because the house voted for Joseph and
it was
Wes isn't in. He's gone.
And it was handed to him on a silver platter. This rookie who's not a physical threat, really, to a lot of these guys, shoots off from the get-go that he wants to go in. And then he said, like, but only if it's wet. Like, his backtrack really ruined his game. Like, his game started off strong, but then it was like, but I want Wes to go in to be nominated by the house. And then I'll go in if it's Wes. Like, then I'll ask Fessy and Anissa to put me in if it's like, oh, wait, big man. So you want to go in, but you don't want the house to vote you in.
Right, yeah. No, he was totally backpedaling. Yeah. But I guess I'm confused by the order of events because if you're going by the way that episode was edited, didn't it seem like Joseph was volunteering to some guys in his room before Wes was planting the seed to vote him in? And it seemed like Fessy and Corey were trying to get Wes into the house vote.
Right. It's I don't know the exact order. The producers can put it in any order they want, but because at one point Big T said that this was her big plan was to get Joseph to go in. But then I'm like, wait, earlier in the episode, other people were already talking about Joseph's to go in, and Joseph had said that he wanted to go in earlier. So I'm like, wait, how is this Big T's big plan?
I think, if I may, that having declared it last week, two major teams, Anissa and Fessy, went after Wes, and they made it clear to all their alliance that they were voting in Wes. So a good amount of people in the house knew Wes was a contender. So what everyone else was talking about was then the house vote, assuming Wes was going to be Anissa and Fessy's vote. So I think that Joseph was taking his big man, taking out the champion move, but very stupidly by not conferring with his partner and thinking he knows everything at this point. It was like he really overstepped and didn't, and it, you know, I mean, it was not a good move. I feel like when you're a rookie like that and you have a semi-rookie of a partner, you might want to lay low for a second.
He didn't know the game. He doesn't know how this game works. And I mean, technically no one knows how the game works, but he's never watched the challenge. He doesn't know who any of these people are. I always say this every year to rookies, do your homework. What are you doing?
And in terms of entertainment, like I have some respect for him for sure. If I was on England's Got Talent and they were
America's
or just something or whatever, I know, but I'm saying if I was thrown into something that I was unfamiliar with, like Canadian Love, just whatever that I was unfamiliar with. Not that it's another country even, but it's something fully, not in your realm of your wheelhouse. I would kind of go big or go home too, because it's like, who cares? He doesn't have anything. Like, what are the stakes for him? He's from America.
But he almost like half-assed it because he brought to the table, hey, I want to volunteer. I really want to. I would do anything to get on that black sand and compete. However, actually don't vote for me. Vote for somebody else and then let somebody else decide to put me in if they want to. You know, he just half-assed it and it looked idiotic.
Because I think in his mind, he saw it going a certain way. Like, whoa, oh my God. He's volunteering. If he goes in, whoa, the new champ. That's how we saw it going. And everyone was like,
it was like, no. But Darrell had the best comment of the entire deliberation. He was like, Wes, you ain't got that much money. You're not that much of a baller. People don't talk about their money like that if they got it like that.
Yeah,
I just love that like Darrell got one confessional the entire episode and it was dogging on another OG that he's known forever.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. So it's chamber time, ladies. They get to go into the chamber, and I thought the chamber was much more helpful this week. They actually used it to decide, in theory, to put Kyle in. Who knows if that was the final reason or the only reason or whatever it was. But yeah.
I think it was. I mean, the way I think it was. I think it was a very decisive factor in terms of, well, first of all, it's funny. I'm going back to the bar scene, which we skipped over because not a lot happened.
We can
I
go back
love the
to
snow
stuff. If we have
globe
time, we can
makeshift
definitely go
bar.
back to some stuff. Yeah.
Yes. But on the real down low, like not even on purpose and not hardcore, but I feel like Nani, who I love, does sort of undermine Anissa over and over again. I don't know if that's on purpose, but she went to Fessy with her like, I want another partner. I do think that was, again, editing, who knows. But I would think that since they had beef last season, they'd both be on their best behavior. And two, so I think Nani, it's like, okay, whatever. We don't care if she loses Kyle. And then Kyle is kind of a loose cannon. And then I think the fact that he lied to their faces was a very decisive factor.
Yeah, well, it's just funny because, you know, Nani wanted to dump Kyle and then Kyle dumped her, but she was okay with it. So, hey, it's a win-win for everybody.
Well, you know, I could not be happier that Cam is no longer with Josh.
Well, I also, you know, Pam, earlier in the episode, Cam says she wants to stay with Josh, and I wanted to get your thoughts on that. I assume you were like, what are you doing,
I
Pam?
don't think she was being sincere. I don't think she was going to spill her cookies.
She did it for the interview.
To Nicole and Nani, who's best friends with Josh, which I find like one of those sad relationships where he just does everything she wants. So she's like, well, yeah, we're best friends. Like, I'm not.
What it did for Cam was give her an entry to that Big Brother alliance because she was with Josh, who was with Casey, who was with Fessy. So she had some ties through having Josh. That's the reason why she picked him. I found it interesting in the beginning of the episode that Nani was so anti-Kyle because Kyle is a fan favorite of the house. People like him. I mean, now he sold his cars to Fessy, so I guess now he has an enemy in Fessy. But Kyle always tends to make it far in these games by his humor and just people being on his good side. And he also can perform really well. So when he gets angry, he's a good partner to have. But I mean, I guess it just comes down to her mental state. And she feels like Kyle mentally is not going to help her elevate her game. So it's funny that in the end she got Josh because I was like, dang, I feel like she got fucked over, but she loves this. I thought she totally got fucked over by going from Kyle to Josh, but she happens to love it because I think she feels like security and safety in a partner like Josh rather than Kyle. So
I mean, they're like best friends outside of the challenge as well. So I think that she feels that she can at least have good conversations with him socially about what they want to do, where Kyle kind of just floats around. And I know Pam doesn't like Josh, but I think that Josh is a somewhat strong competitor. I don't think he's as bad as Pam makes him out to be.
I think he will never win. I'm going to put this on the record. I don't think he has what it takes. I do not think he's got, I think he cracks under pressure.
When you say win, do you mean first place or like third? Like, because he could he play?
I hardly think he'll make it to a final. I don't even think he can make it to a final. I'll tell you why. Has he ever won an elimination? Has he ever won an elimination? Honestly, has he ever won an elimination?
Well, he should have won against Cam that time.
We always talk about that one. Wait, has Josh ever? We're going to have to look it up. I think he cracks under physical pressure.
He lost to Jordan that time where he should have beat Jordan in a game that Jordan was not fit to win. And he obviously was fit to win because he destroyed Josh on it. All right.
I think, again, with the components, though, you need brains are a part of that. I don't know if they're in our tenants for challenge window.
Yeah, social game is definitely, brains are in social game for sure.
We do definitely have a shut up Josh moment of the night, though.
It is actually to his shoes.
Oh, okay, mine is different. You go first.
Oh, okay. I did have another shut up Josh. I think I have two. One is shut up Josh, but the first one that I had was when they were walking to the bar. Josh has horrible red high tops on.
Oh, I like red high tops. I'm
not mad at shoes, Josh. I'm trying to make a shoe fashion statement.
All right, Jenna, what's yours?
Okay, mine is when Cam got plucked away from him fairly because Cam is a great competitor who wouldn't be wanting her as a partner. And those are the rules of the game, right? Josh is already deflecting his emotions on everybody else. Kyle, this is your fault. Fessy and Anissa, this is your fault. He's pissed off. I feel like he's almost going to cry. Like, you can see he's already a loose cannon because of it. I'm like, Josh, these are the rules of the game. Like, stop blaming everybody else.
You knew this could happen. You knew this could happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a child and someone says, like, shut up, you don't have any friends. And when you're 8, you're like, I've got Dana, Catherine, and Jen, and Gia. I feel like that is like Josh now. Like when I was little, my sister would be like, you don't have any friends. And I was like, like,
right.
You showed her.
Them. That is Josh. Like,
and that's why it's funny because everyone is just like, Josh, shut up. Like you can get that from everybody because he's already like causing a ruckus over his partner getting taken from him.
Ladies, let's get to the elimination here. Bless you. This is very interesting. So they get to the crater. What is it called? The crater? Yeah. They get to the crater, and all you see in the middle of a big dirt ring is another small ring. Okay. So obviously it's going to be whoever gets the ring away from the other person wins.
Right.
And Fessy's up there talking, and I know we're all thinking this too. He's like, oh, I don't know what it's going to be. I can't put myself in there. Fessy, that is the dumbest thing you've ever done. He literally said earlier in the episode, ladies, that if there's a stick in the middle of the ring, that's the only way I'm going down. Well, a stick is as close to a goddamn ring as you're going to get, Fessy. What were you thinking?
He only wanted one stick.
That little guy.
There was 6 sticks. He only wants 1, so that's why he couldn't compete tonight.
I agree 100% or 99%. My 1% defending Fessy would be, it would be horrible to have lost to that guy. Again, that's a small, my 1%.
Do you think Fessy knew it was going to be because Kyle gives it to him after he wins.
And Kyle's right.
You shut your mouth up there because he's like, I don't want to hear out of you, Fessy. And I didn't. I was like, Kyle, this is awesome. You got to call him out.
I love that Kyle called him out. Especially after you win something like that, you're on cloud 9, you have adrenaline. You don't get 30 seconds to like think about, okay, am I going to say something that's going to bite me in the ass? You just got to let it out because Kyle does perform in eliminations. And you're right. I mean, Fessy has such tunnel vision. Like he literally only wants to play Hall Brawl or the stick in the sand. It's like, this is as close as I could have gotten. And regardless,
this is a stick in the sand, though, isn't it?
It literally is a stick in the sand. It is.
It's a ring in the sand. There's no other thing than you're putting that ring on a pole. There's no other option for that.
I know.
How could you not have known that it was going to be physical?
And you know what? He's going to be defending himself all day tomorrow on social media because everyone's going to. If we're calling him out, everyone that does these podcasts, everyone that's a fan of the challenge is going to be like, dude, you had a chance to get a gold skull. There's only 8 left now. And unless they start doing eliminations where both partners each get a gold skull, then literally so many people are going to be going home. Because next week we might see that. Next week they might go back to, hey, partner versus partner. They're both, all 4 are going against each other, and 2 of them get 2 gold skulls. Then that's or they share.
Had a clear.
Then there'll be 6 left. I don't know, but it's crazy to think about.
I do have real quick a backtracking back to Nani and Josh. I think for her, that's good because I think Josh is fine in group activities. Like he can win or do well in a main and everybody competition. And since the eliminations are gender different anyway, having Kyle, who's great at them, doesn't really help her anyway. That's all I'm saying. That for her, Josh is not a bad partner.
Honestly, I think that Josh can be a loose cannon sometimes. I think that Kyle will lie to anybody and he's not going to be able to get away with it as much anymore. So I think it's kind of an even swap for her. I don't really think she upgraded or downgraded personally. I think it's kind of like a fine either way.
Well, the thing with Fessy too is he's not going to win every single challenge. So he really, if he had went in tonight, then he would have a clear path to the final because nobody else would mess with him. Why would anybody choose to go in against Fessy? Nobody would. You can only customize your elimination so much. You have an opportunity this season and last season to do one thing that you've never been able to do before, and it's pick your opponent. Pick a weaker opponent. You picked definitely the weakest person in this game. And you didn't go in against them. You're going to shoot yourself in the foot.
You've got this kid. What was his name? Anthony? No. What's his name?
Joseph?
No, Joseph.
Oh my God. I'm turning into Big T.
It's okay. His partner can't even remember his name either. At least she has the first initial.
Yeah.
He is probably, he's got to be one of the weakest males in the house as far as mentally, physically, whatever you want to call it, just because he doesn't know what he's doing on this show. And you decided to not go in there because TJ's never going to explain the rules to you. But guess what? He's never going to explain the rules to you.
Oh my God.
Go in there.
No, it was a major wuss out. Like, let's call it what it is. It was a wuss out for whatever reason. And I don't know. It wasn't smart. It was clearly physical. He could have dominated and had his red skull.
Gold skull, yeah. So that's
And you're saying it would have been so embarrassing to lose to Joseph, but where in gravity or science would Fessy have ever lost to Joseph in that?
I don't know.
It's like
his arms off. He would have ripped that kid's arms off.
Yeah.
Insane.
I'm
And
glad you brought that up.
Keeps his mouth shut. Has a walk to the final. Go Kyle. Every season, I enjoy Kyle. He's gonna, if he keeps his mouth shut and doesn't piss anybody off, he's in the finals. He is.
I'm glad you always point where he said, and TJ's, you don't explain the rules to us before. It's like, what a cop out.
You're never going to get the rules explained. Yeah. You have to gauge by looking at it. He shoots himself in the foot there because he said during their, time in the cabin or whatever it's called, if it's physical, I'll go in. It's like, if you said, I'm not ready to go in no matter what, then okay, you're not ready to go in no matter what. But don't pretend like this is the most obvious, you got this, Fessy, physical elimination that it could have been. So I do think it was cool when Kyle called him out.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He didn't respond to Kyle. He kept his mouth shut because he had nothing to say to Kyle because he knew he got caught. He got caught in him being a wuss, which is weird because he's the biggest, baddest dude in the house. Well, is he or is he not? We keep saying that because that's a move. You should make that power move and go in there and beat on Joseph. You should beat him up. Get him done. Get it done. Yeah.
I don't remember what elimination Fessy won in last year. Do you remember?
Wasn't it a hall brawl? No.
Was it a hall brawl? It had to be something physical, and our commenters always have our back, so I'm sure they'll tell us.
Yeah.
Or I can Google it after this, but it's just offhand. I didn't know if you guys knew. Also, something else funny I saw. Do you realize what TJ's Chiron is this year? They're
handler. What the hell is that?
Handler. Oh yeah, no, that's cool. He said, "I'm your handler." On the, they're really sticking with this agent thing.
Yeah, I know. Was he ever called anything before this season besides host? That's my question.
No,
I don't know.
Also, tonight CJ was a hologram at some point. I was like, "What? Is CJ a hologram?" Like they showed him and then it flickered out. Like,
oh my god, I love it so much. I want a hologram of TJ Lavin in my life. In my morning. Can he just, when I'm making breakfast, he's gonna tell me like, you better kill it today.
Yeah, are you sure you only want to do that? You don't want to challenge yourself with some French toast?
I need him just in like my work from home space to be like, don't give up, keep going. Are you serious?
But he's not that encouraging. He's kind of it'd be like, cereal again, Jenna? Seriously?
I need that in my life. I need that in my life. You don't need that cookie. I need TJ hologram.
Yeah. TJ, are you here?
Please, any other thoughts on this episode? Tonight we have about 7-8 minutes left. Any other fun thoughts? Anything you noticed from the episode that you liked, didn't like? What do you think?
I think Devin should be sort of happy to have Nicole, even though he calls her a very fit infant. Wes and Natalie are both lucky in the partners game. Super duper crazy happy to have Cam with Kyle.
Yeah.
He's not so bad, and I like that infiltration.
Yeah.
I think that was a great move by Kyle, and I'm happy he did it. It doesn't hurt Nani, so she can't feel slighted or disrespected by it. So there is that. So it made it easier for him to do. Not that I know if he knew that Nani didn't want him as a partner.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
I'm glad somebody. Yeah, but I'm glad somebody took advantage of it because I think he's right. I mean, no offense to Nani, why stick with Nani when you can have a Cam, Yeah,
imagine if he knew that Nani was talking behind his back that she didn't want to be with him. He would have definitely flipped. So luckily he didn't stay with Nani after what we as an audience knew, that Nani doesn't even want to be with him.
Well, again, I love Nani as a human, but no offense on Nani. I do think that it's like, she wants someone to carry her she's like, who can carry me who can bring me?
Yeah, well, that's why she went right after Fessy, because she definitely needs help to get to a final. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm really excited to see CT and Big T. I love Big T so much, and I'm so happy for her. And I'm not sure she can match CT's level of competition, but it almost doesn't even matter because elimination things are individualized. Yeah. And it's nice that, she has someone and it seems like he is interested to have her as a partner because of her heart and her work ethic. So I love it.
Do you ladies think that there will be eliminations with teams, or they'll just keep going guy-girl elimination the rest of the time?
I think they'll probably throw a wrench in one day and do a double or something, but maybe double meaning 2-on-2 or girls and boys. But
I mean, because the most people they can have in the final would be 10 people. Because in theory, if you get thrown back in with a gold skull, you could be eliminated, and then there would be less people in the final. So the most people they can have in this final is 10 if they go guy, girl, guy, girl.
And refresh me real quick. So last season it was you get the red skull, and then
they didn't have it. They said there wasn't. You didn't know the limit until the end, but I think there ended up being what, 15?
Because then they did a purge, and it was like
there was more than 10 last year. I know that.
There was definitely more than 10, but even people that didn't have one made it.
They all had to scurry at the end.
No. At the end, everyone luckily got an opportunity to get a red skull. But in theory, if you didn't get a red skull, you were going to be sent home. But it worked out perfectly for some reason that every person got a chance to go into an elimination and try to at least get a red skull.
Okay.
This season, it looks like they've fixed their mess up from last season, the producers, and realized, hey, we want actual people to actually have to go home and really fight for the gold skulls earlier on. So there you go.
Yeah. I mean, not to say it again like a broken record, but damn, Fessy, what a dumb move. If, as Jenna, you said, you can only customize your elimination so much, and that was pretty tailor-made for him. So to not go in.
It was as tailor-made as that suit that he wore in the confessionals.
Oh my God.
And again, Big T, real quick, remember she beat someone in like a lifting endurance thing last year.
Yeah.
So that everyone thought maybe Kaylee? I don't remember.
No, I don't. I thought she went home. I thought it was close. I thought she put up a good fight. We'll have to, people comment.
Yeah, people let us know.
I don't
think whatever it was, then she almost beat someone like very good. Yeah. So I again, there's also benefits for CT of someone being tiny, like has its little benefits too, depending on if it's like fling your partner across the wall. Also,
everyone likes Big T, so it's not like people are hating on her. They're not going to be going after Big T. If anything, they'll be going after CT before they go after Big T.
Right.
I think Big T would be a fine partner to have. Though she's going to last a while in the game.
Although now, because we know this time, we didn't know last time, that you're not going home if your partner does, it almost doesn't, you can vote for specific people. Like your partners matter so far, unless you guys are aligned.
If you don't like your partner, you can vote you and your partner into that elimination. But pray that it's not a team elimination. I think they're going to throw it. I really feel like they should, at least, because that's such a great twist.
I was even kind of thinking the same thing for this episode. I guess you can't go girl back to back because there needs to be some sort of randomness to it. There needs to be something that's unexpected, because people will do exactly what we're saying and throw challenges or not give a shit if their partner goes in. It doesn't affect them. It needs to affect them a little bit more.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't mind if next week they said, "Oh, it's a guy elimination again," and just really scare people. Like, keep people on their toes.
Right.
Or double elimination. Because I do want to see more action. You know, I would like to see how some of the new girls, it sucks that every week we only get to see one elimination because we only get to see like one gender of competitors. Like, I need to see what this Gabby girl is made of. I want to see what the Ambers can do.
Jenna. I love that. If they do double eliminations, that means a guy and a girl go home, and then those two people could either be partners or choose someone else or something like that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Jenna, let's ask the producers this week, and let's
go.
At least for next season, because I think this season.
Yeah, I know. I think they filmed it already, so I mean, we can just do it, the three of us.
Yeah. I like it though.
Done that before already.
Yeah.
We have done our own elimination. You guys want to check that out? I believe that was season 34. I have no idea, but final season. We made our own elimination.
You guys are talking to a champion, okay? Yeah. You're talking to a champion.
You won. You won fair and square.
Liv looks like Maddie. Doesn't Liv look like Maddie? The new Liv looks like Maddie, our Maddie.
I don't know, but I like her. I love this British girl gang. I love them so much, and I wish that I had a British accent. If I could go on this show, I would fake it to be a part of this little friendship that they have.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yeah, Amber B. I saw her in a bathing suit for like a split second.
Oh
my God, so Amber B.
She looks like someone too. She looks like Sylvia in the face.
In the face?
Wrong,
Amber B. I was just like, this girl she's got it. She's strong, but she's got the fit. It's nice.
I didn't see her.
We have literally 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Amber B's hot. That's how we're gonna end it.
There it is. Amber B's hot.
Stay hot,
Everyone,
Amber
thank you so much for joining us. This is going to be popping up on the YouTube. Check us out next week. It's our Christmas special next week, so everyone get ready for it.
Oh.
I know. See, I don't know what we're doing for it, but it was Christmas special next week. Okay,
Thanks for
bye
joining us.
everyone. See ya.